Okay, sorry about that. Just had to get my head round this. He's saying he couldn't understand what they were saying through the intercom because they had the masks on. So they're putting pieces of paper up and sellotaping them to the window. Now, to tell him what's going on. Now he's saying that they were put up there for the other doctors in the room. Now, equally, I know it gets convoluted. Equally, this fella here, and wouldn't you, if you were in a room and couldn't understand what the other persons were saying on the outside because they got their masks on, wouldn't you knock on the window and say, indicate, take your masks off? What's the purpose of you having your masks on? I'm over here, I'm in here, in a quarantined room, sealed. Because you're stupid doctors, you're stupid nurses, you're stupid. Take the mask off. Wouldn't you? But again, back to this paper. They had to write it on paper and show it to him.
They're all in these like masks, so they can't really. It's hard to. I could hardly really understand what they were saying because they're like sealed in these suits. So yeah, they were trying to explain, and they would like make notes on the paper and then sellotape them to the glass, so the team outside could like copy the notes.
So the team could copy the notes outside. Why is it that one moment this fella is saying that the notes or what was written was for him, now it's for the team outside? Okay? Since when do doctors and nurses, doctors particularly, make notes for the team members by sticking them on windows? They don't. What they do is they have a clipboard. And it is all documented precisely on a clipboard. Beggars belief, doesn't it? Why equally have we not got footage, video footage? Why is it in photographs? And why are they now standing here in front of this large pane of glass when they were standing here in front of another door? You can see they're picking hinges. Okay, so why are they now standing? The same persons have moved to another position, putting up.
Yeah, they were trying to
the same,
and then they would like make notes on the paper and then sell it.
Hey, but back again, he's been shown this footage and he's copying out this footage, speaking to enforce this footage. It's fake.
Take them to the glass so the team outside could like copy the notes down.
While airport health checks in China picked up that he had a high temperature.
Just as a point, just for you Americans, we can also show that we in England are very prosperous. Look at the layout. Clean, expensive, prosperous. In all the fake gun shootings in schools and colleges in the United States, we've always got this background publicity, basically, that the United States is a very prosperous, wealthy, well-to-do nation. That all the people are not living in poverty, but they're living in luxury. Now, in the United Kingdom, it appears that the people who are putting all this fake stuff together are beginning to realise that in order to promote in England here as being prosperous and wealthy, etc., is to put a person in this surroundings. Without any personal photographs of anybody. because they've just plonked him in this room, and probably this room is a stage set. There is no, on me, there's nothing personal here. Nothing. And it is perfect. Somebody has been sitting here and got up, probably the person who's teaching him what to say, okay, and he's got it up here again, watching it to repeat it, of what he's supposed to say. But there's no personal photographs. Everything is put in place. There's a jar put in place here. Plants put in place. Everything is immaculate. Except for where that person has just been sitting, got up, got the pigging camera and is going for it, having talked to him about the setup.
China picked up that he had a high
Look at this one here, sitting here with no face.
temperature at Heathrow.
Sorry, let's go back.
Airport health checks in China picked up that he had a high temperature. At Heathrow, he was waved straight through.
I landed at Heathrow and met all my
Still no personal pictures.
friends and went into work. And
There's photographs.
went to like Starbucks and stuff like that. You know, there should have been something more at Heathrow.
Oh, hold on a moment, hold on. Whilst you're blaming the authorities, okay? You're setting the piece to get people excited. Oh, the authorities. I know the authorities are big and corrupt. I can tell you straight off. And I could use strong words against the authorities. They're a nasty piece. But what he's doing here, he's transferring everything to blame the authorities to get the thing to be more excited, you see. Get people excited. Oh, they're not protecting us, they're not protecting us. He's gone through Heathrow and they're not protecting us. Hang on a moment. Stop a moment and think. Have you heard of something called personal responsibility? Oh, what's that? It's taking responsibility for your own personal actions. This fella here said that he was examined for some strange reason. Hey? In China. Okay. He was examined. Oh, sir, you look as though you could be examined along with a few hundred people getting onto these planes, you know. We've got a queue here of about 5,000 at the moment. We're all examining for health checks, you see. Go in this cubicle here in about 10 hours' time. By the time we got pigging through them, all right. And of course, as time passes there and he's sweating and they're saying, oh, well, you know, I think we need to get you in here and check you. Oh, yeah, you got sweaty fever. Oh, yeah, you can board the plane. Eh? Of course. So who is going to be responsible? Is it Heathrow Airport or is it China Airport? China Airport. But he's not saying that. China shouldn't have let him on the plane. If this was real, he shouldn't have let him on the plane. Would not, in fact, have let him on the plane. Because he would have infected every bugger else on the plane, wouldn't he? Through the air system. Filtering it through. So every bugger else on the plane must be quarantined. Do they quarantine the plane? Do they go after the passengers on the plane to quarantine them? No, they don't. There's so many holes in these stories. Well, me. It's unbelievable. Let's see what else he's got to say.
All of my friends and went into work and went to like Starbucks and stuff like that. You know, there should have been something more at Heathrow.
Up in Scotland, 3
Just on the way. So what happened to all the fever, etc.? He's not telling us. But he was in the cubicle, diagnosed with this coronavirus. So, have they called in his mates? Have they quarantined Starbucks off? Have they quarantined the plane off? He spread it about, he's a carrier. And he looks fit and well, doesn't he? Eh? He's gone through it all, there's no trauma on him. Is there? There's no trauma in his eyes, there's no upset, there's no emotional disturbance with him. He's happy as Larry. Probably they're standing there in front of the camera waving a 10 grand check at him, or a pile of 20s, you know. But he's on TV oh lovely, I'm on TV, so he says to himself, oh, like me, hey, isn't it, hey, take notice of me, I'm famous, oh, me. But I tell you what, you go up to this lad here, I tell you, and you ask him the questions, why it is that all what he said is contradictory to what is in real life, and he'll give you something. He'll give you a pigging look. He'll give you a look. You know, some people have actually been to the Sotos. I'm sure some people will understand who I mean. Sotos of Sandy Hook, who pretended to have saved all these children, and she were approached, you know, and others have been approached caught out on these things, and they be vile, absolutely vile, because they've been playing a part. And this fella would be the same. This young lad would be the same.
Patients are currently under observation in Edinburgh, another in Glasgow, all Chinese people from the city of Wuhan. There's no indication about whether any have tested positive. In the Commons, Health Secretary Matt
Oh, they've all gone. They've all got coronavirus and they've all been affected. Oh, hey? They've all buggered off. They're in hospital. Hey?
Hancock set out to reassure.
Hang on. Tony Hancock, was that? Hey? The blood donor? Let's have a look.
Out to reassure.
Sorry. Let's go back to there. There you go.
In the Commons, Health Secretary Matt Hancock set out to reassure.
While there is an increased likelihood that cases may arise in this country, we are well prepared and well equipped to deal with them.
Over the last 2 weeks, Public Health England has been working alongside German researchers to develop a diagnostic test to identify the new strain of the disease. And as a precaution, the NHS is preparing for the worst.
So, how did this young man then survive the disease in such a short time? Within hours. Can you tell me that? They've got all this footage. Again, notice something. Let's go back to him here. These gobshites, okay? They're liars, deceivers, perverts, you name them. House of Commons, House of Commons, House of Lords. They are the most despicable, despised group in the world. Cromwell was right to shut the pigging parliament on them. Vile people. Liars to our faces. You tell me something. How within a short period of time have they matched all the other footage up together in a studio, cutting the footage up, joining it all together so they can have the previous piece with the hospital piece, with this piece and the next piece.
While there is an increased likelihood that cases may arise in this country, we are well prepared and well equipped to deal with them.
Over the last 2 weeks, Public Health England has been working alongside German researchers
Cut to that piece. So it's all been cut and shunted, cut and pasted.
develop a diagnostic test to identify the new strain of the disease.
I see. Yeah, put your hat on, my dear. Put your hair back. You know, contamination and all that.
And as a precaution, the NHS is preparing for the worst, with clinicians being advised on how to detect it and infection control. In Newcastle's Chinatown, for those who've relatives in Wuhan, it is concerning.
Although we are going to celebrate the Chinese New Year this coming Sunday, or the people are going to move to celebrate, but we hope everything will be all right over there.
While preparations are made for the Lunar New Year, it is impossible to escape the headlines, as around the world, doctors do all they can to diagnose and isolate cases as quickly as possible.
I know, isn't it just sad, isn't it? It's amazing how the media can get out there and promote all this stuff, because it's a business for the media. They make money off this. They make vast amounts of money. So if you were to go to the media and say, well, you know, what about the rest of these things that have passed? And once this passes, and I tell you what, you'd have a face coming from the media of, get out of my sight, you disgusting piece of filth. Really and truly. Because you've caught them out. They know very well. They're not ignorant. They know very well. They don't fall for their own lies. Commentators, production staff, etc., etc. Because they're always producing these pieces, they therefore know, are fully aware that they're all lies. Because they'll be saying to themselves and to one another, here we go again, we've got this one now. Ebola's gone. Where's it gone, Bert? Don't know, but that was yesterday's news, okay? We're going for this coronavirus. Oh, I used to like that, corona. It's a lovely pop, that, you know, corona. Hey? No, but we're playing this one today. Hey, I wonder what governments will come up with tomorrow once this one's gone. I don't know, and I don't care, because we get paid for this, handsomely paid for this. So just keep your gob shut. Just ignore those who call us out on it. Because, quite frankly, we're better off being paid here vast amounts of money than going down on the pigging dole. Because somebody else, you know, will take our place. So keep quiet. It's not worth it. Not worth losing your job. Not worth losing your pay. Not worth losing your pension. It's not worth it. Just carry on. Just toe the line. Okay? And if you've got a conscience, you shouldn't be here. Okay? As simple as that. In fact, you wouldn't be here if you've got a conscience over telling the truth. Because what we're doing is telling lies. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, that's the way of the world. And we need to grow up and to face this. Because we can't face this lot unless we are grown up. Not talking about age, talking about maturity, understanding, taking a grasp of things how they are. And as soon as we've taken a grasp of how things as they are, which an awful lot of people thankfully do, then we can put it to one side and get along with our lives, because that's all that matters, is getting along with our lives, not listening to this crap, this deception, this deceit, these lies. Government refuses to give us peace and quiet. And they will introduce these things, as they introduce global warming, as they introduce food scares. As they introduce, oh, there's going to be a food shortage, there's going to be electric shortage, there's going to be a gas shortage. They cannot stop themselves. They cannot do so in bringing about fear. But do they live in fear? Do they, buggery? The fearmongers don't live in fear, because they know they're very well that there's nothing to fear. They're bringing it about themselves. And they've nothing better to do with our money and their time than to produce fear from parliaments and to have the media to do the same to promote it. It's disgrace, and it's about time we grew up in this country. I believe there's some phrase about waking up and smelling the coffee. American term, no doubt, with coffee. I prefer to have a cup of tea myself. But no, brush it to one side. You don't know anybody that has gone down with any of these plagues, do you? Not even an MP, not even anybody of any authority. Nobody. It's all a lie.